Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, then hi, I'm Monisha. I'm a junior doctor working here in London in the NHS. I'm currently doing my core training in the specialty psychiatry. In today's video, I'm going to give you some tips for IMGs who are starting training or basically to new doctors who just joined NHS. I wish there was a video like this when I started in the NHS because these are the things I have realized are quite useful when you just start out in the NHS and nobody really sits you down to tell you all of these things and they kind of expect you to know these things even if you're somebody who's new to the system. So without wasting any more time, let's get into point number one. Point number one is request for a shadowing period. No matter how many years of experience you have back in your home country or no matter which part of the world you've worked, this is a completely new country for you with a different healthcare system like any other in the world. So always request for shadowing period. What shadowing period means is that you have joined the work but you're currently not taking up any responsibilities or you're not doing any work. You're basically just following or shadowing someone, whether it's a junior doctor or a consultant or a registrar, and basically seeing how the system works, how does the department work, where do they have their referrals coming from, where do they refer back to, who do they see, what are the patients that they cover, which wards do they cover, or where are the outliers, or where is the canteen area, where is the washroom, where do you leave your belongings when you come into work, everything surrounding that, where are all the departments. So it's not just clinical things that you would be shadowing, you would also be, getting to learn about the other bits that come attached with the job, and also things like, how do you apply for your leave, where do you check the rota, who's the rota coordinator, and things like that, who are your colleagues. So right off the bat, since day one, you wouldn't want to take up responsibility of seeing patients, documenting. There's a style in which they document, all the softwares and the systems that you need to learn to access all of these data. So things like that are very, very crucial, and you cannot be knowing these things right off the bat, especially because you've not worked in the system over here, and there are other things that come added with it other than just your clinical needs. So I would definitely recommend you request your HR for a shadowing period, whether it's for a week, 10 days, 2 weeks, whatever the duration is. Do have a discussion with your HR about requesting a shadowing period. Even if they say that, oh, you'll be fine, you'll have enough support from the team, don't worry, we'll look after you. Say that I am new, I really want to have a shadowing period to get a better understanding as to what my job role is and what my responsibilities are. Point number two is ask for help. You are a junior doctor, there is a reg above you and a consultant above you, so do not feel shy of asking for help. Do escalate each and every time you're unsure as to what is going on. You are not expected to know everything or have answers to everything, and they very well know that you're here to learn, you're here to train, so you cannot be knowing everything. Even consultants and registrars don't know answers to everything, and it's completely fine. We're all humans, we're still learning. So don't feel shy, don't feel like, oh, what are they going to think if I ask this question, or what are they going to think if I do not know about this. They rather know that you don't know than you pretend to know and make a big blunder. So don't feel shy of asking for help. People really respect and really understand when you reach out to them and ask for help instead of just being like, oh, I'm just going to figure it out on my own. Please do not do that. Please escalate when and if needed. Point number three are breaks. Please take food, water, or washroom breaks. You're not a machine. You cannot be continuously working. There's nothing to boast of about saying that, oh, I've been standing on my feet for the last 10 hours. Oh, I haven't had a water break in the last 10 hours. Oh, I haven't had food in 12 hours. It's nothing to brag about that. I feel like you're so stupid. Why are you not looking after yourself? So please take water breaks, food breaks, or bathroom breaks, and make sure you know where these places are, where the canteen is, where the washroom is, when you've just started in the team. That's why the shadowing period. But yeah, even a machine needs a break, and if a machine overworks, gets overheated, and you are just a human, so please make sure you take enough breaks. So the number 4 point is trust guidelines. Your trust will have its own intranet where all the trust guidelines and protocols must be uploaded over there. Or if you want to check the prescribing protocols, or basically what the dosage should be and which medication to prescribe, you can download BNF on your phone. It comes as an app. If you want to know everything about microbiology, then you have something called MicroGuide. You can download that. So things like that. There is nothing to be ashamed of to refer back to BNF, whether it's 5 times or 10 times, or to MicroGuide, or to your trust intranet to know what the protocols are. Even regists and even consultants refer to that. They keep checking what should we be prescribing or what shouldn't we be prescribing. So there is no harm is checking and cross-checking before prescribing. Heck, I check BNF BNF just to make sure I'm doing the right thing. And I can very well say that and not feel ashamed about it, because I know back in the home country you feel a little, I'm not so sure what the dosage is or what the medication is, and then you have seniors to, bash you or to rag you or say really harsh things. That's not how it works over here. If you're not sure, take out your phone, take out BNF and check what the medication should be that you should be prescribing, what the dosage should be. You are not expected to know all the dosages to all the medications on this planet, and so yeah, please make sure you cross-check before you prescribe. Alright, point number 5, moving from prescribing to pharmacists. There is a pharmacist for a reason. They are there to help you. They are part of the team for a reason. So reach out to the pharmacist if you're in doubt. They are so helpful. They're one of the nicest people to work in an MDT with. They always will send you a whole list of the medication history of the patient, what all medications they've taken in their entire life, and what all medication has worked for them, what hasn't worked for them, what you should be prescribing, what should be the dosage. And they are part of the MDT for a reason. They are there for a reason. Their role is there for a reason. Nobody works here as a one-man or a one-woman show. We work as an MDT. So be mindful of that. And yeah, reach out to your pharmacist. Honestly, they have saved my life so many times when it comes to prescribing. So yeah, reach out to your pharmacist. Don't feel shy of that. Alright, point number 6 is learn early on how to put in scans, how to refer for scans. And if you are not sure, then ask your colleague. We always ask each other, whether it's for IT support, clinical support, or even just for moral support. You have colleagues for a reason. There are other junior doctors for a reason. Everybody is really helpful. So if you're unsure as to how to request a scan or to how to put in a request or how to check the results of a scan, don't feel shy. I completely understand there is a software for almost every single thing over here. So yeah, it might take some time to get used to it. So yeah, so don't feel shy and reach out to your colleagues if you need any help to do any referrals or you want to access any scans or any reports. Point number 6 is get your ALS certificate out of the way. If you joined here as a non-trainee doctor, get in touch with your HR or get in touch with the medical education department. Ask them when is the earliest possible date of doing an ALS certification course and get that out of the way. And while you're at it, ask about your study leave, your study budget, and how to apply for study leave, and if doing the course is going to be reimbursed for you, because a lot of the life supporting courses that we have in India are not recognized over here. So you'll have to do one from here, which is basically recognized by the UK Resuscitation Council. The ones we do in India are basically by the American Heart Association, which is not the protocols or the guidelines we follow over here. So yeah, even if you've done that back in India, you'll have to come back here and do the one which is recognized by UK Resuscitation Council anyway. So ask your HR and get that out of the way right when you join. Like I was saying, that there are various different softwares for almost everything, whether it's for reading notes, for prescribing, for ordering scans, for reading scans, for ordering for bloods, or for reading bloods, or for doing referrals, whether it's to GP or to any other department in the hospital. So we have a software for almost every single thing, and it can get a little confusing with all the logins and the passwords and the way it works, and sometimes different trusts have different softwares. So it can be a little overwhelming. So take your time, settle in, get to understand the shortcuts and the way these softwares work, and always reach out to your colleagues. They are honestly the most supportive bunch of people you will find while working in any job. So yeah, so settle in, get to know all of these softwares very well, and get to know all the shortcuts and how all of these things work. Alright, point number 9 is learn to prioritize your jobs. This is something that's taken me time and something I'm still working on. When you're doing an on-call or when you're doing a shift, you might have a whole list of jobs to do. It is an art to learn to prioritize what comes first and what can wait for later. So learn to prioritize your jobs, and it's okay if you can't do your entire list of jobs during your on-call. There's a reason why. Then you have a handover, you hand it over to the next on-call doctor. But that is also again very important for you to learn to prioritize your jobs, because what sits on top of your clinical priorities and what sits at the bottom is something that you need to analyze and you need to make a list for yourself. So yeah, so learn to prioritize your jobs. Make sure what holds the most amount of importance clinically needs to be attended to first, and what can wait later during your shift needs to sit last on your list. So yeah, learn to prioritize your jobs. It's the most important thing you will learn over here while while working. Whether your shift is of 4 hours during your on-call or your 12 hours, it's okay if you cannot finish the entire list of jobs. Do not feel bad or sad about it. Just make sure you prioritize, which is the most important thing that needs to be done when you receive the handover. Point number 10 is wear comfortable, smart clothes. Wear comfortable shoes. Make sure you're wearing something which is comforting, easy breathing, and makes you feel at ease, because you will be running around doing your on-call or during your shift or during your 9 to 5 job. So make sure you're wearing something that is comfortable. Point number 11 is be friendly and be kind. I have a lot of times read, comments when people have felt alienated when they're joining a team. The way I look at it is that I am the outsider coming into a team who has been working together for many months and for many years. So as much as it is their job to make me feel comfortable, it is also my job to make them feel comfortable, to make me a part of their team, if that makes any sense. So yeah, so be sure that you're someone who's friendly, who's approachable, who's kind, and talk to everybody in the team, whether it's your own colleagues or your seniors or the psychologists or the nurses or the HCAs or the ward clerk or the ward manager or anybody you come across, while you're working your shift, or as a security. Have a nice chat with them, ask them how they're doing, how their day is going. It goes a long way. Maybe someone's not really having a good day, and that chat can be, something that was probably the best thing that's happened to them all day. So be kind to people, be friendly with people, and be approachable. Point number 12 is always remember about patient information and patient confidentiality. Always be careful of the information you're sharing with relatives, because it can be a shaky ground when it comes to confidentiality. So make sure you don't breach that. Be very much aware of the information that the patient has consented for you to share and for the information not to share with their relatives. Point number 13 is document. Please document every single thing properly, whether it's a conversation you've had with any other member of the team during a referral, or a conversation you've had with a family member, or the conversation you've had with a patient, or with a senior member of a team wherein you've discussed it with this consultant or with this reg. Make a proper clear plan once you've documented a conversation and what was the outcome of the conversation. Documentation is so crucial, so make sure you document every single important information in the patient notes. Point number 14 is communication. Communication is such an important thing. Even if you've documented a plan, make sure you communicate it to the rest of the members of the team, whether it's during a handover or in the MDT or the next morning. So communication is very important. Don't leave it to, time or to fate for the members of the team to figure out what's going on. Always communicate properly. Communicate whether during it's your supervision, during the MDTs, or during handovers. Make sure you communicate with all the members of the team. Point number 15 is handovers. Make sure you properly hand over to the next on-call doctor if there are things that are pending, there are things that need to be chased, or things that need to be done. So make a proper list of jobs to do for the next duty doctor who's going to be taking over, or if there are things that you haven't managed to do and that's something that the other doctor needs to be aware of. If you're handing over a patient, use the SBAR approach, which is the SBAR approach, and do a proper documentation of it and do a proper handover, whether it's verbal or whether it's a written handover that you're doing. Do it properly. Make sure you covered all bases when you hand over to some of the patients, or make sure if there are patients that the duty doctor needs to be aware of or keep an eye on or monitor, make sure you hand that over properly. Don't just leave it to, a situation that the nurse is going to call if something goes wrong. No, if you are aware of something that can potentially go wrong, make sure you hand it over to the next duty doctor. Point number 16 is ask a lot of questions. Please don't feel shy of asking questions. Even sometimes consultants and registrars do not know answers to questions and they ask their colleagues. It's completely fine. You're not expected to know answers to every single thing, whether it's something related to IT or clinical or non-clinical. Please don't feel shy of asking questions. Just ask away. I just ask way too many questions. Even if I've been in the job for so long, I'm like, listen, I don't know how this is to be done. You've asked me to do it, but I don't know, what do I do next? When someone says, oh, just do this referral or just contact this team, I'm like, how am I going to contact this team? How do you want me to do it? What exactly needs to be done? What do you want me to tell to the team? I ask as many questions as possible. Even if it annoys the other person, I'm like, I'm doing my job. If I don't know what needs to be done, I'm going to ask you these questions. Yeah, so don't feel shy. Don't feel ashamed. Don't feel like you're annoying the next person. Just ask questions. Just don't worry about what other people think. You do your job properly. If you're not sure of something, ask questions. Point number 17 is be honest. If you have messed up, or if you've screwed up something, if you've made a mistake, own up. Don't cover it by saying 10,000 lies. Just own up, say what went wrong, what was your mistake, reflect on it, have a discussion with your clinical supervisor or your education supervisor, reflect back on what went wrong and what you learned from it, how you would have approached it differently and how you will approach it differently if the situation were to present itself. So yeah, so don't lie about something, be honest, be truthful, and own up to your mistakes. We are all humans, and we are all over here watching this video junior doctors, and we are not expected to know everything, and so it's all right to make mistakes. It's completely normal to make mistakes. We are all humans by the end of the day. You're no God. Please don't put doctors on a pedestal of God, that oh, God doesn't make mistakes, like doctors can't make mistakes. We are all humans. We are all learning as we go, so it's okay to make mistakes. What is not okay is to not own up to them. Point number 18 is be patient. The key thing to remember is that there have been thousands and thousands of doctors who've been in your shoes, who've moved countries, who have started working in the system, so it can take time to get used to it. So please do not be in a rush or start forming opinions or judgments within a few days or few weeks. Give yourself some time. This is a new country. English might not be your first language like it isn't mine. So give yourself some credit and give yourself some time to get settled into the system, and just be patient with the process. Point number 19 is do not forget to make new friends and don't be closed off. Try to be open. Try to be open to newer experiences and newer connections and newer people. Don't be put off by other people's bad experiences. Be open to experiences and make your own judgments based on your own personal experiences. So don't listen to someone else's bad experience and be like, oh, this is what happened to this person and this is what is definitely going to happen to me. Make your own judgment calls, and I would say that don't be closed off and be open to change. So the last and the final point is that always remember how far you've come. You've moved countries, which is such a massive big change. So don't be hard on yourself. Give yourself credit for making that decision. Not everybody can do that. So give yourself a pat on your back because you've come such a long way, and always remember to be kind to yourself. Nothing more matters than being kind to yourself. So give yourself some credit for moving countries, for being open to change, for being open to experiences, for going on this journey by yourself. It's such a big deal to do all of these things, so it will take time for you to settle in, and give yourself some time. And I'm not talking of days or weeks. Give yourself some few months to settle in, because obviously you've uprooted your life from one place and moved to another place. So yeah, give yourself that time, and during this entire process, always remember to be kind to yourself. With this, we've reached the end of the video. I hope you found these 20 points or 20 tips useful, and if you're starting newly in the NHS, then I'm wishing you the very best, and always remember that I'm rooting for you. If you need any help or any advice, please drop it down in the comment section below, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. So wishing you the very best on your journey. Trust me, you're gonna enjoy your journey and your time over here. Have that positive mindset, and if anything goes wrong, I'm always here. Reach out to me if you need any help. And with that, I've reached the end of the video. But if this is the first video you've stumbled upon on my channel, then there are a lot other videos I've made about my international medical graduate journey, about my training, and about my life here in the UK. So I'll leave all the links down below in my description box. You can go and check that out. And if you're someone who is currently applying for your non-training job and you're looking for jobs on NHS jobs profile, and you have all these doubts about how to improve your CV and what are the things you should be doing in your internship or during your MBBS days, or what are the things that give you more points on your portfolio, I have shown my portfolio in its entirety and shamelessly back from 2018 when I was applying for non-training jobs. So I'll leave the Skillshare link down below. It's on Skillshare, and if you click the link, you get 1 month's free subscription and you can watch the video. But yeah, it gives you a free 1 month access, and then you can watch my video as well. So I'll leave a link down below. You can go and check that out. Yeah, with that, we've reached the end of the video. Hope you're keeping safe and looking after yourself and your loved ones. You know the drill. If you enjoy this video, give it a big thumbs up, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please do. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Mwah.